Hey everyone, welcome back. We had more action than the stream could handle last game, so we got knocked out and we are going to be moving right to the draft. I am a host, and here with me are two analysts whose names I'm not going to try and pronounce because you can read them. So, tell me guys, was it the fighting, was it the drafting, or was it the Dawnbreaker that made last game go the way it did?
Uh, can I call it the monkey business?
The
What do
monkey
you mean by
business?
that?
Okay. Explain.
I don't know. I feel like Buff Buddies was ahead for like a good chunk of that game, and then they just decided they didn't really feel like winning. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know where
Uh,
exactly it went wrong though.
I think definitely they had a better plan about this bristleback in this game than the last for sure. I do think it's weird that Dawnbreaker is in again and looking like going into this draft it's going to potentially be open unless FrostFire bans it, which they haven't in the past. So
I
hopefully
mean,
they ban it coming
I
into
hope
this
they
game.
ban it just because they don't have first pick this game, and Buff Buddies already showed their willingness to first pick. Zeus, was that a ban previously? Because I don't recall it being picked.
I don't think that was a ban. I think that's completely
No.
novel.
Alright, there's the Dawnbreaker out. So we're gonna see something new coming in for the first pick. Maybe a Marcy.
Tiny.
I'm
Or
say,
Marcy.
well, we have the tiny available for 6-7 for FrostFire. That's been a huge thing for them.
You think they're gonna 6-7 their tiny hoodwink?
I think that, I mean, it's worked for them before, except for when it didn't work. But,
I
you know,
mean,
this is the first time that either of these teams has been contested. They've lost a game here, so
I
maybe
don't
they
like
stick with
this
comfort.
hoodwink hero into Marcy. I don't think hoodwink's very good against Marcy. So, I personally wouldn't, and clearly not picking hoodwinks won them the game. So, they do go a Wyvern. It's very good versus this Marcy ult, and very
true.
good at having Marcy delete heroes, as that is one of the better things she is good at.
And I believe that's a Bulljack specialty. I think that's something that he plays a lot, if I'm not mistaken.
Wouldn't surprise
Uh,
me.
for sure, probably.
All right, so are we going to see them stick with the tiny then again, or is there a better pick, or is there some anti-synergy with tiny and wyvern perhaps?
I was
You guys
actually
tell me. You're
gonna
the
say.
expert.
I was actually gonna say there. I see some. I actually see a good chunk of synergy with Tiny Winter Wyvern because you curse somebody and then you throw somebody else into the curse. Like
You know how
this is
funny
not
that'd
a
be, dude.
terrible idea, right?
Yeah.
Because
I could see it happening. Alright, well they pick up a Timber.
ooh,
So that's
Journey
an early
Timbersaw.
that's just so they don't 8-pick a Bristle here. That's I like that. That's the I don't want you to play Bristle hero. So they go out. That's an interesting one, but
I was
it
gonna
wasn't
say
banned previously.
Alchemist has been banned in the previous games. Actually, I believe first phase. So this is an I don't want you to pick Timber or I don't want you to pick Bristle or Alchemist, and then Buff Buddies is like, okay, bro, and just picks Alchemist anyway, huh?
I do
This is
think this Alk hero is very strong. So
this is straight out of a BSJ tier list. I swear to God. Like this is
Yeah.
just...
yeah. And then they banned Bristle anyways.
I don't understand that ban by Frostfire. If anything, I would pick the Bristle into the Alchemist just because your minus armor just destroys him.
I think
Yeah.
it's again though. We were talking about this off stream a little bit, but the bristle plus the timber saw just has a really awkward like fight feel. So it might be the case of they recognize they can't play it, and just in case they're doing something weird with the alchemist, get the bristle back out of here. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me as a ban, but maybe it's just a presence of mind and safety.
Maybe they
I'm
were just banning
gonna
it from themselves. I don't know.
I need to double check right now, but did they did Buff Buddies play Alk at all coming before this game? Before the series? Did they play any Alk?
I don't think I've seen it in the PSGS Invitational, but I think so. Buff Buddies, as it stands, is basically an MD2L stack, but they took their Guardian mid out and replaced it with DNM, probably the biggest upgrade of the year. And I think Big Dog RJ had played Alchemist several times in MD2L.
Okay. So it's just a very strong pick for him. He's definitely played it once. He's played it 3 times in competitive and won every game. And
100% win rate,
then
hard to argue with.
he last played it 13 days ago in a pub, 162 games, 61% win rate.
That's
So
really strong.
I'd say he dabbles.
Now, I guess my question is, though, you already have the Timber Saw against you in lane. How do you think this actually fares? Is Timber able to stop Alchemist from farming early on, or do you just kind of both farm and then Alchemist leaves the lane before Timber gets too scary?
Once Alk hits level 6, it's just Alk's free to go wherever he needs. Although Timber's really good at staying
Timber
in that
can
lane
kill
and taking that
Alchemist through
tower.
Chemical Rage. I can tell you that. Timber can kill Alchemist through Chemical Rage. He's one of the few people that actually can.
Yeah, he's gonna hit 6 and go jungle.
That being said, though, what you could do is what I want to know is, what if this Alchemist goes mid?
Do you think it's going to be DNM Alchemist?
I think it's an option.
Definitely an option. That could be DNM mid or not. That could be Squid mid. I think Squid does play the Snapfire mid as well.
What I'm
So that's a good
yeah,
flex pick.
I just wonder if this Alchemist is going to play a game of dodge the Timber Saw lane.
I think that's fine as well. I've played the Alk Timber lane. It's not completely over, but it's not the best thing in the world.
So
It's not ideal.
If this is a Snap support, if we have this on Wii as he had played it earlier in the series, if this is a Snapfire support, do you think that the Snapfire Timber lane is a particularly strong one?
Yes.
That's a very obnoxious lane, honestly, because Timber Saw can always get good cookie angles just by using his Timber Chain to reposition, and also giving a lot of burst damage against this probably going to be good for you.
They have a really good team fight.
Okay, there's your Timber
Hey.
answer. That's actually really nasty into Winter Wyvern too, because Cold Embrace just marks the target, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the heal from Wyvern is negated as well, so kind of like that.
10 seconds.
The only
Give
question
some,
I have here is, because of how mobile Timber Saw is and how immobile the Wyvern target is it hard to mark both of them for an apparition, or does that not matter at all?
Maybe you don't have to mark both, I'm not entirely sure.
There's a tiny, so it's I'm wagering that's the tiny mid / alchemid or tiny carry or whatever, and I think they need a 3. Unless
Yeah,
they're
probably.
doing this tiny 3 as well. And an Ursa pickup, I'm in love with that pick actually.
It's a good one.
Didn't even give me time to think about it. It was just really good though. Great into Alk, great into tiny. Now if it is tiny offlane, the tiny's kind of gutted, I feel.
I don't think you can run Tiny offlane anymore. But here's the thing, though, because you have Alchemist and Tiny as you're assuming, if we're assuming that that's a 1-2 duo, you can just pick a ranged hero that dicks on Ursa if you want to.
Yep.
Because you already have all your frontline, all your engaged, right? You don't need to pick any more from the position 3. You can just pick, like, Viper or something garbage like that. I don't know.
Could go Razor.
That's a good
How
one.
does Ursa fare against Marcy? Does the reposition from the toss actually make things more difficult for him? Or is that not a factor?
It's a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal, I think.
It's it doesn't matter too much for Ursa.
Okay.
I mean, he's got the ult, he's got all the stuff in the world to deal with her.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. It just in the back of my, very low MMR lizard brain, I felt like there was possibly some kind of interplay between the heroes, but that's why I have you guys to ask, because you know a lot more about the game than I do.
Big Marcy spammer here, no worries.
I never see Marcy win in my games, so no idea.
Dyer's turn to ban.
Think it's definitely not a good Marcy game, that's for sure.
I mean, it was 5 picks.
Yeah. I mean, it's good versus Snap for sure. Getting in Snap's face is pretty nice. And potentially getting Shard would be very good this game. But other than that, I don't think it's going to have too much. Because like, you're not going to pull a Timber Saw and insta-kill.
The Marcy shard. So when you get the rebound, it also disposes a target back. It seems pretty difficult to use. But then again, we're dealing with some really high MMR players.
It doesn't dispose them back, right? You jump off of them and then swap places with them. So where you jump onto them and then where you select, they go.
Interesting.
So you can throw them like a year away if you have an Aether Lens on the talent. It's insanely far. It can work as initiation. It can work as disengage. It's very good.
That's pretty clever, actually. I read it and I said that this just seems really, really awkward. But when I have you explaining it, it seems a lot less awkward.
It's a really good save because it just swaps. It's like Venge swap, but you get to choose where they go.
5 seconds.
They're banning out the Invoker and TA. So, clearly scared of a mid pick here. And they do have last pick on FrostFire Simps, so.
Are there any picks in particular that seem to be really powerful to complement this FrostFire Simps lineup?
Necro.
Well,
Well, okay. I get half.
Viper.
I get half a point because I called out Viper earlier, but I was gonna say Viper and Necrophus, just something range that trashes Ursa.
Yeah.
So is that likely to be the tiny mid then in the Viper offlane to deal with the Ursa?
I think it's gonna be Oh wait, actually, huh?
You don't want.
Yeah.
I don't think you want DNM playing Viper, do you?
No, I don't think you do. It's probably gonna be Viper offlane tiny mid Alk carry if I had to guess, but it could be
Yeah.
Alk mid tiny carry depending on what the mid mashup is.
You can swap Alk and Tiny if you really feel like it.
You could have any of these three heroes actually go any of the three core roles, honestly.
Yeah.
And what about for FrostFire Simps? You said before the Necro was a decent idea. Does that still stand with the last pick Viper here?
No,
or
you can't.
It's banned.
Oh.
Oh, it
You're
is
right.
banned. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, even if it wasn't, you can't pick it here just because there's A and Tiny in this game. It'll just blow you up.
I don't know what they go. I'm not a mid player. I don't know much about it entirely. But anything I would think of doesn't sound that great. So
I've always found that drafting for mid in particular is extremely difficult because it's so matchup dependent. Like, every time I'm making a draft, I just have to ask my mid player, okay, what looks good here? I can't tell.
it could still be a snap mid if they're really feeling that, and they can send. They could pick a 4 here or something.
I hope it's Wyvern mid, honestly, just because I feel like Wyvern's just going to have a free game if it's a quarter, because it's really hard for you to get jumped.
They're gonna
So
go
it
Wind
could have
Rangers,
been,
but that is the squid hero. So it's gonna be a win mid into
Yep.
the. I'd assume they wanted it into the Viper. That's a really good hero versus the Elk. I'd say it's really good versus Tiny as well. I'm really in favor of that pick here.
Wind is good against Tiny?
I'd imagine he shreds him. Or
Because here's
she
the
shreds
thing,
him.
right? I mean,
She's
a
got
lot of
the
Wind's
evasion.
damage... yeah, you have the evasion, but Tiny just... This isn't mid-Tiny. The Tiny's just going to combo you.
Okay. Sounds
I
good.
think it comes down to kind of, not necessarily a skill matchup, but it has, like, weird timings. Where, on even levels, I'd think when Tiny has the higher power, I feel like it would be better and might be a little more win-favored in odd levels. I don't know exactly, but that's just the...
I'm looking more towards the mid game. I think Wind's gonna start blowing up cores here.
Maybe.
And as long as Fume comes out of here with a decent lane, I think FrostFire can take this. Definitely going to be a really dependent on how much farm this Alk gets.
The thing is, I don't think that Fume can come out of this with a decent lane. And when Fume doesn't come out of this with a decent lane, and RJ doesn't come out of this with a decent lane, both of them are going to have to go jungle it and take an Alchemist juggling over an Ursa any day.
You know, it happens. But unfortunately, I think we're out of time.
It does appear that way. And with those takeaways, you know, we've got the case of both carries probably heading out to jungle early. Maybe they're going to be joined by our two jungle-styled casters. I don't even know what that means, but trust me, it's important. We've got Licky and Hungry Phoenix. Take it away, boys.
Chill, baby.
Yeah, you know, as an offlaner, there's nothing I love more than making the enemy carry go to the jungle, so feels good. I thought for a moment that they were going to run the AA mid, but unlucky. Yeah.
"30 seconds and counting."
Absolutely. Wait. No. Oh, Blicky, you are muted according to the chat.
I'm muted, and that's just wonderful. Excellent job from me right here. It looks like
Or
they're gonna maybe
you're-
get 4 runes, but now I'm good.
Should be good. All right.
Yeah. They missed our entire back and forth about being jungle style, but it's okay.
So, oh, we have it. The Timber is actually going to the mid lane. Very interesting.
Oh, Journey's gonna be playing mid here, and it looks like we're gonna have a
Yeah.
off lane Wind Ranger. I don't know. Fume's a little confused walking back and forth. It looks like they're gonna send the Wind Ranger bottom into the Viper. They skipped the Ursa. They don't want the Ursa playing into this hero, so it makes a lot of sense. But it looks like Buffalo's might just drop
Buffalo's
first blood over
dead.
here. Fairy Fire. Inferno Squid doesn't actually have the power shot. Ooh, nice capture
Hold
with
up,
the tower
hold
from Prefix. So the first blood's gonna go the other way around, unless the
Is
evasion.
it?
Scatter Blast. Just off the mark. My god, a nail biter right there.
Damn,
Yeah.
Squid goes down. And he doesn't have TP, so he's going to have to walk his shame back.
That's
That is-
unfortunate. Pops the smoke.
He buys smoke. Yeah, he got the win run, so he'll be back pretty quickly.
Choosing not to use it just yet, so tactically saving it. There we go. Now that you got the straight run to base. Not to base, the tower. It's fine.
So mid, the Timber versus Tiny. This should be pretty easy for Timber. I think in the side lanes it's a little more 50-50, but in the mid lane, Timber should dominate. I'm assuming he's going to go for a 2-0-2 build. And then he can kind of just like walk at this Tiny.
Yeah, I don't expect DNM to have a great time mid, which should be a first year, so they're able to really put
Yep.
the pressure on early. It'll be nice for them on the side of FrostFire. Up top, there's a concoction being channeled here. Fume also potentially going to get frozen up by the cold beat.
Wow.
Has a jump in just a few seconds if Big Dog RJ can be found here in the trees looking to run away. Meanwhile, Bulljack's trading up with Morbius here.
RJ was actually forced to go for the 1-1.
Oh, Morbius!
Oh,
Steps up, got baited in. Then I got caught out. And looks like down bottom, a little bit of spell trading happening back and forth. I think these lanes are going to be just a tad aggressive this time around. As I say that, Prefix
Marcy?
jumps forward, doesn't actually have the
Yes.
dispose ready, just 1 second
He
away.
has it now.
It's going to stun both of them.
oh.
Nice play.
Yeah, this, oh, never mind.
Fume up
Ursa's
top.
dead.
Bulljack's potentially next on the chopping block. Morbius is gonna see him here. He does have the cold beat E combo, but isn't finding the range for it.
got
There we
him.
go. Heroes dropping like flies left and right.
I am surprised that neither team has a headdress in one of these lanes.
Oh, true, yeah.
Like, I think against Viper especially, headdress is like almost a must-have item. And Wind, I know they wanted to dodge the Ursa lineup, but Wind is like not very good against Viper. Squid is gonna have a really rough time, I think. In fact, all 3 lanes early favorite to the Dire.
I'm a little confused because they did last pick this, so I would assume they had this plan in mind when they were in the draft, but it seems like it's not exactly a thing. We here is going to get caught by the dispose again. The Marcy doing Marcy things. Nice shackle away from Squid though to break up the fight a little bit. He's going to pop the cookie forward. Wind Ranger now on top of the Viper, but the poison is just way too much to deal with.
God, I love Viper. What a great hero.
The jump forward again. There's a shackle up in a
dispose.
few seconds from Squid, but oh my god, this is brutal. This is
Viper
toxic.
gaming. That was unironically. I actually love Viper.
A Viper enjoyer. I can't say the same myself. I think there's too many offlaners who just play the Sierra and are like, man, I'm really good at laning. But under the tower, DNM. He's just gonna claim the life of this Timber. Tip comes out.
E&M. That is not good if you're the Timber.
Oh, not good at all.
I don't like this point in Timber, by the way. Guys,
Up
hold
top,
up.
Michael J.
Jamie.
Morbius.
Attorney at law is gonna go down.
Getting disbarred up top.
It is going to be the Radiance for RJ, by the way, so very standard.
Oh.
Traditionally, Wind Ranger. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
we
the
have another
dispeller's down
kill bottom.
bottom. Oh, nice shackle though. We just has to get back into the trees. Oh, okay. Jeez. They're just murdering.
Yeah, Wind Ranger was traditionally picked against Alchemist, I believe. Because in the late game, the damage, the evasion, she can just like kind of kite around the Alch and eventually get through him. Especially if she manages to pick up a Bloodthorn later in the game. It's quite good against Alchemist with his, you know, Radiance and his all the evasion that comes with that. So I kind of get what they're going for. I just think that the lanes are super tough.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Ooh, I thought that was gonna be a deny down bottom, but is there any reason why it's going for the Radiance over, like, let's say a Battle Fury? Has Battle Fury just gone out of vogue for Alchemists?
Yeah, I think Radiance is just better.
Oh, up top. Fume's gonna dive under the tower solo here and get a kill. And there are multiple heroes mid here, so he managed to get that kill without the help of his Wyvern, which is a little impressive, not gonna lie.
The evasion of Radiance is really nice, especially in this game. And I think I don't know how much this is going to play into it, but the disassemble capabilities of the Radiance, I think it's just better than Battle Fury. Battle Fury is kind of poo-poo at the moment. So I've been impressed with this Marcy gameplay so far. Trifex is doing a really nice job.
Yep.
He goes in again.
Forward. Ooh, Disposal almost went off there, but Colonel Squid no longer under the cover of the wind run. Nice shackle though to give a little bit more space, but again the poison sacks are still coming through. Scatterblast's gonna come through with the cookie to give Squid a little bit more space, but again it's not enough, or is it?
Oh, the wind run!
The wind run's back up again, so they're gonna lose the Snapfire instead. Buffalo's taking quite a few tower hits right there. Needs to de-aggro away from the tower, gonna be able to do it in time. Trifex gonna get shackled to a creep right here. Has the boots available though. Colonel Squid, another wind run. And now it looks like Bulljax has arrived down bottom to provide air support. The power shot gonna be juked away, but the Marcy, the hands used.
Dispose?
Oh my god, they dispose. Should be enough to
like
live.
Hanging out.
Oh, they do barely have vision on Trifex there. A few more hits and it should be enough. And then up top, Hume used the ult.
Oh.
Running away from Big Dog RJ right here. There's a stun being channeled right here. Big Dog RJ has to be really careful with these stacks. The jump forward, just a few more clicks. Jamie able to get the kill here.
The Wyvern almost killed his Wind Ranger by healing him at an inopportune time.
Oh dear, yeah. Colonel Squid quite low right here.
Do not heal versus Viper.
Oh my god,
Viper's
Viper
go
over
down.
here, mid. Journey gets topped up into the air, but Wee's shown up here. The Cookie's gonna be able to buy himself a little bit of time. Hop away. Yeah, this is just a bloodbath.
I really would like to see Timber get 2 points in the queue. He's gonna
Oh
go
my
down.
god, I saw that happening via him. My god, he's just beaten up Journey left and right. I guess he's just not feeling threatened. Like you said, he doesn't have enough points in the Whirling Death.
Well, yeah, like Timber reactive armor is a little bit like Dragon's Blood on DK. You have to only get enough as you need. And I don't really think.
Trifex.
Oh,
It's eating so much damage on Squid right here, but Blast Forward might be enough to actually take out Trifex here with the tower hits as well. There's also a TP incoming from the Timber Saw, so Journey looking to get inactive and kill off the Viper here. Will they lose Squid? Actually, none of those poison hits actually hit.
that's a big
On the
kill.
other
And
side,
top.
Cube getting chased down by Big Dog RJ. He's got a stun coming, but they've made it out. The counter stun, and now the slows from the RG burn. Oh, the ult's actually done for the Alchemist as well, but now the tiny great Purge to slow him down. Can they actually connect onto this Alch? It seems like they're having a little bit of trouble here. Now if you gonna pop the overpower in the phase boots and just look to break away. No TP yet.
Yeah, only the level 1 Q means Ursa not quite short enough cooldown to catch there. I'm not gonna talk anymore because there's too much action going on.
Oh, Journey.
Lots of stacks being taken.
Yeah, they want these stacks on the side of FrostFire Simps, and Journey's gonna pop up to the high ground over here. Jump forward, dispose, back will come eventually, I'm sure. DNM though, heal. They can't really do a whole lot to Journey here. Now Fume turning on to Triflex right here. Boop up into the air, and the Ursa just gone. Fume just out of the game right here. The Ice Blast is hit off onto Journey, plus the Mortimer's Kiss is raining down onto Michael J. Morbius here. He barely lives with a sliver of HP, but the Chakram going forward, he's gonna get caught out, and now the ult onto DNM right here. On the other side as well, Journey is chasing the Alchemist down, but it looks like he might be able to get away in time. DNM now under the tower is safe as well, and
is he?
Is he?
Journey's gonna kill him.
He's gonna pop a Whirling Death on him. The Scatterblast as well, plus the Shackle. They actually take out the Tiny.
Alright. Timber he's recovering a lot. It's a great rotation bottom, and these are some huge kills. He has his hood finished. And I like his skill build now. 2 points in the queue, and then maxing Timber Chain.
Misses the ult and literally every spell, so might just have to back up.
Is Jamie gonna find... Sorry, Michael J. Morbius.
They're still, like, moving as 3, literally in sync, just waddling back and forth, and it looks like it's gonna be worth it. They're gonna find the Ancient Apparition here. Kill Squad has arrived. Or rather, has been here all over.
Should look to their top tower.
Traffic's jumping in, immediately going to take a Shackle to the face, unable to use a single spell. And now the Curse going to go up onto the Viper right here. Buffalo's looking, Timber Chain didn't actually do any damage. I think they get the break on the Timber here, but Ice Blast coming through from afar. It should hit onto the Timber, so his life will be forfeit under the tier 1. Now Squid has to make a breakaway, but Traffic's bought back into the game. Now the ult's going to come through onto DNM, so... Tiny can't catch anyone yet unless Bulljax gets scouted up here in the Roche pit, tossed up into the air, finished up with the tree to the face. So, and I'm sure the few seconds that we have before another fight breaks out, how are these? We're breaking out of the laning stage. Do you think things went mostly how you expected?
Yeah, I think Alka's having a little bit better game than it should be. I think the Timbersaw getting a little bit behind hurt their
Late Dagger reveal on DNM.
Oh,
They're gonna lose Squid up top, but can they catch anything more? It looks like Morbius is gonna be the one to potentially fall. Gets Scatter Blast to the face. DNM though, does he want more? Has a regen rune. He wants to back up, pop that, and re-engage. Heidi is also under a ward right now. They're looking forward for maybe Trefix, but they don't have a Blink Dagger of their own. But DNM gonna go forward. Nice Curse to maybe kill off this Marcy, yeah. And now looking forward for the Viper, maybe? There is a tower here, so they can't go absolutely insane. As I say that, they're just gonna commit hard onto Buffles right here. The ult's gonna come out though, DNM as well from the back lines. Potentially gonna take Squid out. The heal from Bulljack's not enough with the magic damage here, but I think they might be able to claim the life of the Tiny as well as a third. Ice Blast coming through. Bulljax just manages to dodge it away in time. I lied, he actually just got clipped by it. And now Journey looking forward, trying to get a catch onto the A, gets the slow, we gets the kill. Anything you'd like to bring up, Hungry Phoenix, in the 15 seconds that you probably have? I'll take that as a maybe. Actually, Hungry Phoenix has disappeared. Not sure where he went, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll get him back soon enough. Oh, there he is. Maybe it's fine, but FrostFire Simps gonna lay siege to this top tower? I think this is actually gonna be the first tower they're gonna take. They've been so busy taking lives all across this map. They haven't really gone for objectives, but they will claim this one.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, sorry, my headphones died, so I just have to go plug them in, and that messes with my audio sources.
No
Anyway,
worries.
what did I miss? More kills, I'm assuming?
Oh, lots more kills. A tier 1 tower top, so finally some
Okay.
non-heroes dying.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
What are we looking on? So the Radiance is done into the Blink Dagger for the Alchemist, and then the BKB.
Yep. It's doing pretty solid in the net worth. A little inflated as Alchemist always is, but Big Dog RJ getting the farm going. On the other side, we do have the Diffusal done on Fume, so this Ursa is ready to start making things happen. Immediately walks into
Go
Roach.
hit Roach.
I don't think the ward saw that.
It did not. They should have an idea this is going on. Trefex is coming over to check, it looks like, but...
Oh, Traffic's gonna walk in, but might just lose their life here. Nice dispose away. Is there a rebound target in time? Not gonna happen. I think
They would have... They do see how low Roche is.
Yeah.
Ice Blast is gonna come out. As the kills are certainly heating up in this game 3.
the Dire.
The smoke is out. They are under a ward. Okay, they're gonna claim this ward right here. And potentially more.
Oh. Have you seen Buffles' items?
Bots into vessel. Ooh, interesting.
Very interesting. Bots is very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, Fume back into the pit. This Ursa does want to claim this Aegis here.
For Dire's middle tower.
Could be a free Roche.
Oh,
Oh,
toss up
mid.
into the air. They're gonna lose Squid here, but they do get the Aegis, so well-worthy trade, I think. Poor FrostFire Simps. Unfortunately, this wind is just getting bullied by DNM.
Well, that's what the panel is talking about, the Wind Ranger. Maybe she can focus fire the Tiny in the late game, but she also has 1200 HP.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
dies.
raindrops included.
yeah. By the way, I currently have the cosmetic bug where 90% of the heroes are just bald
Oh,
excellent.
Love.
in their hero portrait. So yeah, we got bald Wind Ranger, bald Wyvern. Oh,
Mid, caught by the Ice Blast, and basically every hero from Bazinga Boys here. Oh, nice curse from Bulljax. Gonna get a kill onto Trefix here, so
yep. One
they're
for
not
one.
gonna get out scot-free.
Yeah, Timber's hood was on cooldown there, and he does have the Nether Shawl now, which is actually going to help a lot. So
Oh yeah, very clutch. DNM
DNM
looking for
that's
some
another
more
kill.
food.
Playing off that ward, they actually ping the high ground, but it's not the high ground, sir. It's in the low ground.
Yeah, that's actually a really good ward. It looks like
This is a
Bulljax
great
actually
ward.
pinged it out now. He's like, nah guys, it's
Squid,
not high
Squid
ground.
knows.
Oh no,
Knows, and
Squids!
but he dies.
They're gonna get the stun. The
cookie?
cookie, please, maybe. Squids is gonna get out in time. Nice shackle as well. The urn
Ah,
take
the
though.
urn.
DNM's chasing the juke to the
30.
side, but is it actually
20.
juke? The long bonk from the Tiny is able to get the kill, and now on the other side, this Timber, Few, actually taking quite a bit of damage from this Alchemist right here. Doesn't want to lose this Aegis just yet.
Radiant have fortified their structures against attack.
Kind of a cool concept for this Viper. They have two heroes to stand in front of them. Viper's only strong as long as you can't get on top of him and kill him. So
Yeah.
you either have to be too tanky, do too much damage, or have these like big beefy boys in front of you. So it's a cool concept here. Lets them go for this kind of greedier boots of travel build. And DNM is going into the BKB. Hasn't picked up the shard yet, which I find interesting, but
Yeah, there he just doesn't value the extra tree hits because it's still in, I guess, like the bursting stage. So, oh, they're gonna
Yeah.
pop the focus fire on the tier 1 mid. There's also like 500,000 heroes here. It looks like it's all 5. Traffic's gonna go for it, but DNM, the first one off the start. Bulljax actually managed
they
to get the
can't
curse
kill
off
the
in
Wyvern.
time. They're gonna lose Bulljax though, but they popped it first. Traffic's still gonna stay alive here, and now they're gonna get the stun onto the Snapfire as well. They've lost 2 heroes on the side of FrostFire Simps, potentially the Aegis as well. RJ now going up to the high ground. Fume gonna try and turn, but immediately loses his life. Nice shackle off onto the Marcy right here. But again, the Avalanche, DNM, my god, just destroying this Wind Ranger, and now Fume doesn't have that ult available, so very susceptible to the burst.
Yeah, that is a disaster for the Radiant.
Oh, DNM's still searching. Oh, he's gonna see Journey now. Journey doesn't actually have a lot of mana to mess around with right here, so it might just be food for the Tiny. A toss up into the air. Marcy going forward. Whoa, what? What?
Huh?
I don't know what that was, but the concoction will not be enough to stun the TP, but it still will go through. Where'd it go? Gotta follow it all the way over. Ice Blast will connect. But now the concoction hit. Ooh.
That's... I don't know what the hell that was.
Timber Chain into Dispose, apparently, I guess.
Yeah, that should not work like that, but whatever.
Cool interaction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was a very disastrous, like, 2 minutes for the Radiant. You lost your Aegis advantage and your mid tower and the team fight. The Alk is, like, 8k. He's double the net worth of your carry, almost.
Suit's got the BKB done. Has the Hyperstone going into the AC.
Yeah.
RJ is a big dog right now.
Fume is, like, kind of close to BKB, but he can't fight until he has this BKB item. And the
they might
want
just
to go
kill
now.
the Tiny right here.
Yeah.
Not the Tiny, I mean the Ursa. They didn't actually get the Dispose to keep Fume in that spell usage, but does not matter. Now Bulljack gets the curse off, but might just lose his own life. Big dog RJ is coming in with his ult, looking for more. He's going to find the Snapfire. They're able to get the kill on Buffaloes, though, so at least they get the Viper. But on the other side, Journey, he's just unable to break away here, and now we just being run up the high ground. A blink forward from RJ will be enough to get the kill, and they're just running over them.
Yeah, this game has gone from, like, a fun back-and-forth brawl fest to kind of a stomp. I know that the 10k gold lead is like, oh, it's an Alchemist, but things are looking very, very desperate for the Radiant here.
It's looking a little bit more like Game 1 than it was Game 2.
Yeah, I think, I mean, there's definitely a lot more happening in this game, but it is worth noting that the 24 pick both games for the Simps hasn't worked out. In Game 2, when they went just a little bit more conventional, they had a much better time.
Oh no,
so.
not Squid. Don't do it to him.
Oh my gosh. That is...
Let's check these damage stats here just for the fun of it. Yep.
That's a lot of damage.
840 from physical damage on the Tiny? Jeez, it wasn't even the magical burst this time.
Well, he has Echo Saber, right? So he just, like, bonks you twice when you're in the air. It's actually disgusting.
Tiny has 745 damage with this DD. Gonna hit the Tiny
Timber
a few times, and now Traffic's going in. They're gonna dispose back, and another hit from DNM should be enough to finish the job. Big rock to the face.
He's level 20 on Tiny, by the way, at 23 minutes.
Yeah, we were hoping for DNM to maybe have a little slower start with this Timber into Tiny matchup, but I can say I don't think that really happened.
DNM has 16 kills. Oh my god. He is 5 levels ahead of the highest leveled hero on the Radiant team.
Oh my, just looked away, and managed to get the ult off in time there for Fume. They're gonna get the curse, but that are the supports beating into the Viper, not the Tiny included, so Buffaloes should be just fine.
One thing I have noticed throughout this series is the amount of regen that these guys ship out. Like salves, clarities, etc. Like they're not afraid. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm shackled, but I don't think Squid is at any point to maybe ult this Tiny here.
Oh, a blast top. They're going for Timber.
Oh, just off the mark here, but I think Archie's just able to finish him all by himself.
Oh
Oh
yeah, I don't
dear.
think it matters. There is a BKB on Ursa. Can they do anything about it? I don't know.
They're gonna have to hope for like the best pick of their lives here, and I honestly don't know who it's gonna be because DNM will survive, has a BKB, has 29 armor, has Squid
And
in the dirt once again, and looking for Wii, who's just sprinting away,
Oh,
hoping that no one
no.
can catch them, but the long arms of the law
Snapfire.
are here. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Traffics has played really well this game. I've been impressed with the Marcy.
Yeah, I mean, Mercy's a relatively easy hero to play, but I think Trefix is doing an excellent job here.
This Alknot by Manta. I mean, I don't think you needed this game.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
god, bottom ENM on the hunt. Gonna pop the Diffusal and try and turn, but this Tiny is just slowly hitting, and they're gonna use the ult from the Viper as well. The TP away can actually cancel this in time. The BKB plus the Enrage is enough for the Ursa to get away. And they're
Big Dog
not actually
RJ
gonna get
gets
anything
out.
else. Yeah.
There was oh, they're gonna try maybe. Oh, never mind. Squid is
Oh, whoa,
There's the
curse forward, catches
curse.
the AA. Squid also looking for something, but a nice Eels into the air, plus the Ice Blast follow-up. There's the Cold Feed as well. Goljax just feeds in the pit here. Squid might just get stunned up. Is he gonna get soloed by the AA?
Oh,
Okay, no, wait, DNM's
God.
here. Oh, BKB pop. Ursa has nothing. This is just tickling Tiny.
He just punches him. Roche is up. All right, I don't know. I don't know, Licky. This might be go next.
Yeah, I think we're potentially going for a game 4 right here. It's 22k up. I guess the question is, who gets the shard? That's the only thing that's maybe up in the air about this game.
I think you give it to Alk.
Berserk Potion, you think it's worth it?
Yeah, you put your Berserk Potion on your Tony.
Oh, true.
Like better Bloodlust.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not like better Bloodlust. It's like mini Bloodlust. But same thing.
Yeah. It's a Bloodlust you get to throw at someone instead of cast on them, you know? It's a little
True.
fun.
Yeah, you also can't multicast, but
Yeah.
you know. Then you don't have to have an Ogre on your team.
Oh, they're
so.
gonna give it over to Viper. Boring.
Ooh.
God. Let's pretend you had issues sieging anyway with
Yeah, why?
Tiny that
wait,
was 20 and 2
This
with the
makes
shard.
no sense. Like, I'm pretty sure Tiny with Berserk Potion does way more damage than Viper Shard, but...
I don't know, Squid going for Trefix right here, but I think they probably don't want to go up that high ground. Oh, DNM, no, give Squid a break, please.
Oh, he's
okay,
gonna
Squid
live.
lives. Squid lives for the first
DNM?
time in the game, and now they're gonna get the Shackle onto DNM right here. Can they get some damage? They're gonna pop the BKB on the Tiny. Now the Mortar Kiss is raining down Fume. Perfect, able to jump away, so they're not even able to get a single kill here. Now the Sun puts up her big down RJ, pops the Chemical Rage, plus the Bloodthorn. Gurney's getting absolutely shredded, and DNM back into the fight now, looking to murder some people. Fume still looking to the back lines, looking to get onto the fight here, but he can't get a single kill. No one from Bazinga Boys is gonna die here. They're gonna send the Alf and try and fight him into DNM right here. Fume is gonna die to Trefix over here. The curse is excellent, but is it enough? Again, the Bloodthorns once again out on the journey. They're able to get DNM finally with the Scatterblast to the face, but now Big Dog RJ, he's still got the Chemical Rage for a few more seconds, plus the Aegis if he needs it, which I don't think he's gonna need it at all. And now Colonel Squid running up to the high ground here, getting chased down again. The Bloodthorn, please spare the man. He bought back into the game. He just wants to live, but he's not gonna get any life. And now Bulljack stunned up, taken down, murdered. They're gonna tap out. They've had enough. It's going to a game 4.
Where you hit them with the GG close. I mean, yeah, I don't know. The Timber and the Wind Ranger just didn't really work out. I kind of saw what they were going for, trying to get these like early tempo heroes to pressure and shut down the Alk, but like DNM solo killed the Timber Saw, which should never happen, and the Wind Ranger had just an awful start to the lane, so there's just like no recovering from that poor of a laning stage, I think.
Yeah, that was I honestly don't know. It was just like night and day. I think for game 2, it was. I was expecting a more even game. Honestly, I was a little blindsided myself.
Yep. Well, that was fun.
An excellent game, but we're gonna go to a short break, and then we'll be back with our panel for the draft of Game 4, and then the rest of the series.
Welcome back to the PSGS Invitational. For those of you who are just joining us, we are on Game 4. I am staged, joined by Matt Joman and Kiki. And the winner of this series, our grand finals, has the grand honor of revealing what PSGS means.
Oh.
Is that actually true?
Probably not.
Yeah, the winner of this just gets to decide.
Oh, yeah. You get to make it up and it becomes canon.
Okay.
Okay, Keeper of the Light finally got through. FrostFire gonna first pick this. All right, let's see what. Well, let's see if we'll figure out why Buff Buddies has been banning this all 3 games.
They
Is
went
that a
from
Colonel
banning
Squid hero?
Puck Dawn. They went from banning Puck out to banning Puck Dawn to now banning Alk Tiny. And now they've got the Coddle. So I'd imagine this can be Squid mid or just Blue Jacks or something.
Yeah, and FrostFire has first picked this game. They don't have the ultimate last, so we'll see if that plays anything in here. There's your Marcy.
Yeah.
The Bristleback's still open, and Coddle Bristle sounds absolutely terrifying.
It can be devastating for sure.
But can Buff Buddies even pick it here, or are they just gonna get timbered or something like that?
I don't know if you can pick it on 7. It feels really awkward to pick on 7 unprotected.
I would definitely say it's awkward for sure. I wouldn't advise it, but they go the Zeus. Oh boy. This hero is
potential answer.
crazy, dude. Dude, this hero.
Is that a discouraging pick for picking the Bristle on 8, though? Or is Zeus like, Bristle doesn't care about it at all?
Hard to say. I don't think I've played it recently.
No
but,
idea.
I'd imagine it's not too discouraging because he's still gonna. Okay, well they're not gonna pick it anyways, right?
That is a hero that FrostFire's had success with. I believe in Game 2, when they took a game off of Buff Buddies, they were playing the Templar. Is that correct?
Yeah, they were playing
Yes.
Templar, Assassin into Invoker in the mid lane. Let's see if Colonel Squid tries it again. Or maybe this is just a Coddle TA safe lane, who knows?
It
Could
could
be
be. I wonder if they think this is Zeus middle, because Zeus is currently a hero that's being played as support from because of this jump now. So be very interesting to see if they are committing to this being a mid for DNM, or if they're keeping this open a little bit. You know.
This is really awkward because once again they have to ban like Batrider Viper +1 to protect the Templar Assassin. So
Husk might make it through, you know.
Tusk
But
might make it.
if you pick Tusk, then that also almost guarantees that Zeus is playing a core then, so...
Oh, well, the Tusk is their core. Yeah,
The
so-
Tusk is their
True,
three.
yeah, that's right, I'm sorry.
10
I'd forgotten that. That's,
Dyer's turn to
yeah,
bat.
Bufflin's pick. He's crazy
Yeah.
good on that hero.
Just a Tusk enjoyer, man. I'll have to ask him about it. He's
Takes a certain
Tusk
kind of
god.
insanity.
Yeah.
So, I gotta ask, and you guys have been playing a lot of competitive Dota, you've been doing this for a long time. After a game like the last one, where, you know, we had 69 kills in not even 30 minutes, that was over 2 kills per minute the entire time, just an absolute bloodbath. Is there a mental reset? Because they went into this game immediately, no downtime between games whatsoever. Or when you've played enough and you're this experienced, it's really easy to reset. What's the kind of mental state you find yourself in between games when there's that much of a difference?
Dyer's turn to bat.
Personally, I'd say there's 2 outcomes right now for FrostFire. Think one, they said, okay, go next, right? We've got a plan for the next game. Or they're giga molded. I don't
Yep.
think there's any in between. You're either
There is
giga
no in
molded
between, yeah.
Second.
because you instantly sent the next game. There's no break, nothing. They just went straight into it. Lobby went, and they started.
Mhm.
So they either have a plan, or they say get this over with, you know.
Or they
I'm
were
done
just like,
with
get this over with. Yeah.
Because I can't really imagine, like, Coddle TA, definitely 2 heroes that they've been comfortable on, definitely heroes that are, like,
Mhm.
threats based on the bans and previous results. But I can't imagine that these are the kind of heroes that you pick if you want to just, like, immediately strike back, run it down, like, end a game early, dominate your lanes kind of thing. And they're good, but they're not the kind of heroes that I think of when I think I just want to kill people early and, like,
Yeah.
untilt.
10
I mean,
if
Coddle
it's Coddle
TA
mid, Coddle can do that pretty easily.
One, yes, that's true. And 2, even if it's not, you could say Coddle TA. Well, what we can do here is just get our waves under control and not have to like have as fast pace to a game that we might be able to navigate a little bit better.
Radiant's turn
Because
to
Coddle
bat.
TA does clear waves pretty fast. Pangolier comes in. Okay, so that's gonna mess with TA a little bit with regards to meld. If TA is not careful, you can just bump the TA out of meld and it kind of ruins you a little bit.
Disarm can also be very
The
annoying
disarm
as
can
well.
also be very obnoxious to play against. Like you blink in, Pangolier swashbuckles you, all of a sudden you don't get your meld hit off. Your game is really sad.
10 seconds remain.
I think,
Typically, the problem with this hero is the lanes, so I wonder where they're going to put it and how they're going to make it work. I know this is a Jamie signature hero, but he's been playing their Pause 5, so I don't think we'll be seeing a Position 5 Pango anytime soon.
Probably not. The one thing I just realized, unless Fume is playing this TA, this is not a Coddle mid.
That is true. But we don't know what it is. It could be Fume playing it. It could be Squid playing it. We actually just don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but if it's Squid's playing TA, then will not be
I will
Coddle
say
mid.
that I don't expect it to be a Wii Coddle. So,
No, I don't either. I'm expecting this to be
Bulljax
the
or Colonel Squid.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
expecting FrostFire to pick Wii plus Journey right now, and then 23 pick either a 1, 2, or 5, depending on what the situation calls for.
Once again, I don't really want to hoodwink in this game either, so I'm hoping they stray away from that once again. Or maybe
They
they'll go
don't-
back for the comfort. I just don't think it's the best here.
They don't have the Dawnbreaker this time. The only other hero we've seen Wii on has been the Snapfire. How'd you guys feel about the Snapfire last game? I mean, it was a
No.
pretty rough game, but
Don't do it again. Don't do this. To
Don't
me,
do it again?
No.
okay.
I don't think it was the worst thing, but I'm sure there's worse things you could pick.
Radiant's
I feel like it was just bullied by Marcy really hard. Alright,
There you go.
Ooh.
Give your lowest player ogre. That's the strat.
that's the classic.
Everyone's done this at least once if you've ever played competitive. 100%. This is the good old. This is the old classic. You know,
10
the old
I like it.
faithful.
seconds remain.
I like it with the Templar, though. You know, Bloodlusting Templar is always a pretty scary thing.
Yeah, it's pretty. The thing is, the one thing you got to remember about Templar is that Templar really only cares about a fixed number of attacks. So we'll have to see if they pick something else to go with that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense because you
I like
bloodlust the
that.
Night Stalker, and that is terrifying as all
I
hell.
like that one. It's good into Zeus.
That being
it's
said,
pretty good versus Marcy as well.
I forget. Does
Yes.
Coddle benefit from daytime still?
I have no idea.
No, they changed it around so that it's just based on the true form, whatever his ulti's called.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was gonna say that maybe that would just be anti-synergy, but I guess not, huh? Coddle Nightstalker is also not a bad lane.
Yikes.
Oh,
Okay.
this was such a good
Yikes.
base.
Okay, here's the thing. I think now the Coddle has to be 4, and the reason why is because you need something that's gonna deal with the August Iron, because Nightstalker's not going to, and Ogre's not going to.
Yeah.
This is actually really scary then too, because that means you're swapping your positions unless you're putting we on Coddle.
Which
you'd
maybe
be
they
having
are.
the support swap.
Maybe they are.
Maybe.
It's definitely a thing. Now, one thing I think we should definitely look at again is FrostFire Simps has one stun and 1 mini stun currently.
Mm-hmm.
So, not the best compared to Dispose, Lightning Bolt, Rolling Thunder, and a net. But it's there, you know.
I want to
Ogre
see them pick
stun, good
Leshrac.
stun.
Leshrak's already banned. That was the immediate ban from Buff Buddies.
Okay,
No
so there
Lash.
is no Leshrac.
I'm trying to think of just what heroes you can take into the mid lane, really, or if you give the Coddle or the TA, like, what heroes left that fit in this pool that deal with an Naga well. And I'm coming up short.
It's gonna be rough for sure.
What if you send the Coddle mid, TA carry, and pick a Lion?
Maybe.
Okay. I actually kind of like
Lions.
that. You need to get the shard. It means you need the money for the shard on a Lion. If he gets picked on too much, it's tough.
That's
But-
true, but also, like, Lion can probably get a TA through the lane. Coddle's going to be plenty of wave clear. I think you just... What if you run Coddle mid TA carry, pick
Lion's
pick
also very
Lion?
good against Marcy and lane. So.
Exactly, because if the Marcy's trying to jump in, you just hex her ass or something like that. So, yeah. That's what I'm hoping to see, but I don't think we're going to see it.
I'd be fine with that. I feel like that's pretty solid.
We got some suggestions coming out of chat, too, with a Necro or a Gyro. Unfortunately, the Necro is banned.
Gyro is an F-tier hero.
Right. I can't imagine Gyro being very, getting anywhere in this game right now.
Gyro's getting kited in this game for sure.
Unironically, Pudge is actually a good ban. Pudge is actually a good ban here.
I feel like they could counter it on 24 though, so. But yeah.
This is a pretty tough situation for FrostFire Sims to be in, I think. Like, they have a lot of questions that need answered, and the Buff Buddies draft is just so well-rounded and versatile already, and they still have a 24 pick to answer whatever comes up next. So this is a rough situation.
Mm-hmm.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Sand King.
Ooh. Okay, is this Night Stalker carry or mid, maybe?
Now, I believe they changed it. I'm gonna go do a deep search on the wiki real quick.
Okay.
On the changed logs. But SK Caustic used to not damage illusions.
The Caustic damages illusions, it doesn't
does
proc
not
illusions.
proc off illusions.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if it procced on illusions, that would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, because then the Aghanim Scepter would just apply to all
There
the illusions.
used to be a patch where it just didn't damage them at all. It was really funny.
Now, this could be a Sand King mid as well. I mean, that is something that has been seen play, but do we think that's kind of Colonel Squid hero?
I am expecting this Sand King to be off lane and I'm expecting the Night Stalker to be. Well, it depends on where the Zeus is going, but I'm expecting the Sand King to be position 3 because Night Stalker cannot deal with Naga Siren at any stage in the game. Sand King
Dude.
actually can.
Bulljacks. Yeah. TA1. Bulljacks Night Stalker. Coddle mid. Let's go.
You think it's Bulljack's Night Stalker? Okay, you're gonna have to do
Dude,
some
you know how
explaining on
cool
that.
it would be if it was? Vision bot pause 5, dude.
Okay.
I'm a believer.
Now-
Okay.
I'm on some crack right now, but yeah, that'd be cool.
I feel like this is a little bit sad still for the FrostFire Sims because you have the Zeus on the enemy team and Axe as a last pick. What do you,
So
how does that fit in?
mid Pangolier, Colonel Squid, Sand King. Okay.
Sand King Squid. Ooh.
I hope that Squid goes off lane again. Because I don't think you want to lane Night Stalker into the Naga.
No, it's a completely dead lane.
That-
Night Stalker gets nothing out of that.
Night Stalker gets nothing out of that matchup. I know from playing both sides of it. It's like, you
Right.
can't
Yeah.
do this.
So long as the Naga is a good player and RJ is definitely good, and if he's confident enough to pick Naga on this, yeah, he's
Okay.
good.
So I know we've got plenty of action left in the game and everything, plenty of thoughts and analysis we could be dropping into this. But Matt Joman, I need your opinion on the most important analysis we have before the game starts. Which side has better cosmetics?
Zeus.
The Zeus just alone
Yeah, dude,
takes the
look at
entire
him,
thing
bro.
it steals?
Yeah, look at him, bro. The
Okay.
axe is hurting my brain a little bit, but like, Sand King is a hero that never has good cosmetics. I don't see any cosmetics for Jakiro really, so
That's not
it's very
Jakiro.
interesting.
That's
TA
not
set looks pretty
Jakiro.
bad, and I think that Cuddle set's pretty traditional now. I think everyone has that. Marcy has no skin. Pango skin's kind of lame because he doesn't have one.
Right.
But Zeus takes the cake.
I think that's one of the reasons why Ogre is such an OP hero in this kind of thing. Not only can you throw it to like your lowest level player, but you can just instantly swap him to Jakiro in draft, and like no one knows any better.
Yeah, I
But,
think that's the sneak peek of this game. Maybe it'll take the cake.
Speaking of two heads and speaking of swapping without anyone knowing any better, we're gonna go ahead and send this off to the casters as we get the game started. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Stage, and the rest of you. Really appreciate it. Back here, different stream, but the same concept. The only thing I want to know, Tyro, is do you think this is
Just
you know, are we 4 and out? Is it 3 and 1, or are we gonna see a game 5?
I'm not sure what's
Alright.
happening.
So I've got a little bit of biases here. I'm gonna explain it. Naga wins games. That's it. Game's over.
They'll never
Mhm.
find your
So it's already done.
Okay, so in order for FrostFire to have a shot, they need to be ahead of this Naga at 35 minutes by a lot.
Oh my God, Bulljax walks up literally into 5 of them, and I think there was like a half second of, wait, is that an enemy Coddle that just walked up? Wait, get him! Quick! You know, Dispose comes out, or the rebound comes out. Battle Hunger. Man, who even got the last hit? Of course it was DNM.
Yeah, they gave it to DNM. So they're having Night Stalker lane against Naga,
Mm-hmm.
and the panelists pointed this out, but that is just the biggest sad for Night Stalker.
Yeah, like,
Naga.
what do you just take 1 point in net, and then you're like, cool.
No, okay, so Night Stalker is a hero of singular damage. He picks
Right.
something and he hits it. That is really bad whenever Naga illusions are good at level 1.
Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking, late game, it's not about clearing the illusions. It's about jumping the real Naga, keeping her silenced and stunned, and taking her 0 to death. And Night Stalker's decent at that.
Okay, so yes and no. I expect this Naga to go Manta style, which of course cannot be silenced. And if she gets the Manta off, she just hits that 10 talent with the plus 30 Riptide damage, and she starts proccing Riptide on Night Stalker every half second, and he just kind of vanishes.
Yeah, hopefully, he'll be able to figure out some answers. But there are other lanes, there are other opportunities, but in the mid one, SK versus Pango as Squid does not look like he's having a good time. I mean, it's a melee on melee matchup, and he has a point in Caustic Finale already. I feel like that alone should be enough to keep Pango out. Yeah, he just hits like 3 Caustic Finales, and DNM's like, oh shit, I actually have to respect that.
Yep, that was a lot of damage in rapid succession. But this does mean free lane pushes for DNM, so he is going to be perfectly happy farming every single creep and not missing a single one.
Yeah. Top side, bottom side looks like we missed our second kill as Buffles brings down Fume. Not the start that you're looking for if you're TA, and honestly, I feel like TA Ogre should be decent as a lane, but man, Marciax is just on another level.
Maybe at level 2, it's a little bit better for TA once she picks up her refraction.
Ooh, just missed the top one. Zeus! I feel so bad for Coddle, right? 600 HP, and Zeus, Heavenly Jump and Lightning Bolt, it's got a lot of break damage, and, I mean, this Naga Siren just does so much.
So, another thing that's really sad is if Zeus decides to stack in full, you can't really do anything about it. Like, you can body block the camp, but if you try to ward block it, he's just going to pop down a lightning bolt, de-ward you at the cost of a single spell, and then move on with his life, and you're gonna ward.
It's like a mango's worth of mana, you know.
Right.
But you do regen it. Oh, the poor ogre. Not like this. There's even creeps beating onto Axe, so he's getting all the free spins. That was the easiest kill I've ever seen.
Yep.
Oh,
TA does go with the side blades at level 2, which means she is rather vulnerable right now.
I mean, I don't even know if she can like stop Axe from pulling, because you know when you're at such low level, you're such low range. You know, and Axe is you're close enough where you can just run on top of you. He actually just got you know, the Ring of Health shipped in too, so he has a passive 12.5 regen.
The closest lane, I think, will actually be the mid lane. And that's saying something because DNM is going to free farm it, and he's already ahead by 7 last hits.
I mean, it's also 4 denies. We've seen this on almost every lane so far. DNM just is able to find all of these different denies. And Sand King, he just eats a ton of damage, and he needs to get another 1 or 2 procs for, you know, the kind of trade to be worth it.
Yep. I say this, but right now, Nightstalker actually leading the Naga in last hits. But that goes away as Naga levels up. She's just gonna kill creeps, kill camps, and then you're just wondering why you're an item and a half behind her.
4 minutes in and 4 kills for the Bazinga boys as bottom lane, it's Buffles, and he is not only leading the creep score, he's leading the net worth advantage as well. I mean, this tower is starting to get low. TA is going to get dove under tower as well. Ogre Magi is there trying to do something. They have some refractions up, but
Marcy
they can just burn through. Okay, that might have been a bit aggressive.
It's fine.
They needed it was a, you know, it was a gimme kill, right?
Yep. They felt bad for him. That's what it was.
But yeah, this position 5 Zeus, really interesting. Definitely been able to continue to pull a lot, and with Naga Siren able to farm camps pretty early on. I don't know how you can ever fix this lane if you're, you know, Journey plus full
You need
jacks.
ganks. It's pretty critical that you get ganks.
But who can come? Ogre's just about to die again. He's trying to get under tower.
Sand
Not
King.
choosing to go for the dispose. But
I mean, you're just relying on Sand King to gank with Epicenter to kill a Naga.
oh, hold on though. Using Rolling Thunder in the mid lane here. Sand King, oh! He's going for the TP. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah, he's still brought out and pushed into the ward vision. One more right click should do it.
Oh, he's just outside of ward vision. Wow.
Crazy.
Meanwhile,
topside a couple trades come out. Support for support. At least Journey gets the return kill this time.
Naga's happily farming a stack right now.
I mean, Bazinga boys, this draft just feels so just amazing on every level. I mean, Pangolier versus Sand King, surprisingly, it feels like DNM just knows this matchup. Bottom lane, Axe is having a field day, still on top of the net worth. And everybody's just having such a great game. But Journey is still top net worth across the board.
So, something I don't pick up on Naga a lot that I really hope that Big Doug actually does pick up is his shard. If your team can live through the Epicenter combo and you can song and heal everybody, then you're going to win every fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a lot. It's 5% per second, and if the thing lasts 7 seconds, that's 35% HP. I mean, Dawnbreaker's like, man, you get that for 1,400 gold? Like, damn, damn, like, let me know where I can get something like that. As, you know, Ogre's just over here, just kind of chilling and enjoying his best life. I don't like that he is able to be this free. I feel like Axe should just be harvesting some damage, you know?
Ogre is very tanky. Marcy's going to die here.
You sure about that?
Oh, nice. Nice rebound.
He gets out. It is nighttime though, 7 minutes in, and we should be having our eyes focused on Journey, who, you know,
got a, like,
it's a Night Stalker that is level 6. This
Yeah,
side
but
should
it's
be able to
Naga,
get
like-
kills. Well, then go bottom. Yeah, as Pangolier, he's rolling bottom. Dust is already out into the TA. The call actually doesn't do enough damage, and the refraction charges are making TA survive. Barely alive. DNM still wants more, but Fume, not sure exactly what you can do. Tosses a click out there. Eventually, DNM picks it up, and now it's Squid's turn. He's in a rough position here. He's got no spells, no mana, and barely any life. He's trying to run, but Buffles give him the chop. Oh, it's on cooldown, that's right. Eventually, DNM picks it up and dominating. A double kill for him. It is 9 kills to 3. What is up with this game?
So, honestly, Bazinga Boys just completely outdrafted FrostFire for the lane phase.
Well, look, screw the
and
draft.
I only want to say for the lane phase because
How come Journey didn't show up? Why didn't Journey teleport bottom? It's nighttime.
I don't
He's
know.
got full spells and mana.
He should have, but what he's doing here in this lane, he's just farming. You know, he's willing to take the scraps that Naga left over. Because he's never going to kill this Naga.
I mean, right, so go somewhere else, kill the rest of the team. Naga
Right.
can't 1v5, even with,
Yeah.
like, 6
No.
items.
Night Stalker needs to give this lane to someone else because at the same time, while he can't kill the Naga, Naga didn't take net. So she doesn't really have the craziest skill potential on anybody right now.
Yeah.
You know, she could body block with her illusions, but that's kind of the limit of it.
Bottom Axe ends up getting the last hit on the tower. That's a fantasy point. But I would really like to see it in this next
Here
minute.
comes Pangolier top. Look for this Coddle. We'll find him.
Coddle really was hoping that was going to be enough damage to kill the Zeus, but math wasn't quite there. I mean, nighttime is almost over now. You still have good resources. You still have decent, you know, items. You are the most farmed person on your team by a lot.
Still
and
has
your
Dark
team
Ascension.
Your team is struggling. But who can you go gank? I mean, the Axe is a tough kill with Vanguard. Marty's a hard kill. If you don't finalize it in the first couple seconds, she's just going to jump away.
Yep.
Oh, they just tried jumping on the Zeus, and that didn't work out.
And you're not going to kill Naga without a large amount of resources.
Well, I
You
mean,
need more
Naga
than one.
doesn't have Song of the Siren level, so...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, without Sand King, no one's going to kill her. You need Sand King to show, and you need him to use Epicenter. Otherwise, Naga walks away.
Well, maybe then we're just waiting on Sand King's Blink Dagger. I mean, he's 200 off.
That is the play. Now, does he take those boots that he has queued up first? Please don't.
I definitely think that you... I mean, there's an argument about having Boots of Travel. Like, you get to these fights, you can still play the map, and bots are a farming item. It then helps them get to the Blink Dagger faster, but I wonder if it's too greedy. I really wonder. Hasn't bought anything yet. Sand King's just going to trade some farm down bottom as skirmishing top still. Blasts from Bulljacks continue to push the lane and scout into the trees.
Sand King does buy the Boots of Travel. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
I honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Until they actually start losing, right? Like, I feel like buying the Blink Dagger is resigning yourself to the game plan of, we're already in such a deep hole that there's no way we can come out without just killing them over and over. I think Bots is playing the optimism game, and you have to have faith in your team. You've beat these guys once, you know you can do it again.
I think you're playing the optimism game against someone who's going to have a 12-minute or 13-minute Manta style.
That is, you know, hold up. He still has another 1,000 gold and change to farm. He's not farming that fast yet. But he is farming pretty fast, actually. Like, it is kind of scary. I would peg it at 13 minutes for this completed Manta. But the lack of aggression right now, when you have all these aggressive heroes, Sand King and Night Stalker both want to be making space, both want to be making plays.
Sand King falls to the Axe Blink reveal.
But just think if Axe had a Boots of Travel right now. Anyways, as they go onto this Axe, I mean, he's tanky. The Tanker Roll's buying a lot of space. Axe, he's going to have another chop in a second, but still pretty tanky right now. Ogre's getting kind of low here. They might get the chop. Yeah, they do, and he's going to be able to run away with that. Taunt as well. TA falls 3 dead. Sand King is almost respawning here. Night Stalker's got his Dark Ascension, but he can't even kill this Marcy. And now Keep the Light has to be careful. DNM chasing him, has a shield crash in a second. The slow's gonna be there. The heal, though, brings him back up a little bit, but Pangolier is low. Eventually, Traffic falls, as maybe Night Stalker is able to get another kill. This axe stuck around a little bit too long. Sand King ends up getting the last hit here, but Pangolier's moving back in. Has that Diffusal Blade, and they're going to be able to pick up that kill. The invisibility reveal from the Zeus is always a permanent counter to that Sandstorm.
Yep. And you know who didn't show up to that fight? There was only a single hero that was not at that fight.
Yeah, it was Sand King who couldn't be there, right? Because of the travel.
No,
right?
It was that glorious free farming Naga who's now the top net worth, despite DNM having 703.
Hold up. I said 13 minutes. 12:59.
Yep.
I'm pretty proud about that one. That was
that's terrifying. Now she's farming even faster.
Yeah, but that means with this power, I can say, you know, FrostFire Simps will win in 43 minutes and 18 seconds, and now it has to come true. I just can't wait to see what the next half hour is going to be like, as TA's called up here, and I think going to be dead very fast. No chop, but Zeus is going to help clean up the Ogre Magi as well. Unleash ends up getting it. Trefex on the board, 1-3-8.
Oh, Sand King found Naga. He has Epicenter, but he's just not using it.
Keep clicking her. It'll eventually do something.
Now his Epicenter is level 1 because he's only level 11. He's the same level as Naga.
That's not bad, actually, if Naga's done this far farming. I mean, Sand King is the poorest core across both teams, and it's by quite a lot. He's down 2k over his mid counterpart, and that item right now, that whole item, it's like it is literally a Diffusal Blade. I mean, that's rough. But he almost has Blink Dagger now. And Zeus Salt scouts everybody.
I think he's going to get his Blink Dagger only a single minute earlier than Mango, and he won't be able to use it before Mango has his own Blink.
Call into the center here. Ogre Magi going to take some hits, but is tanky, down to half HP. Marcy actually is able to dodge the Impale, but will be still blasted up regardless. Gonna die, as I think the Sandstorm ends up getting it. So a freebie, as Trefex launches maybe a little bit too deep.
A little greedy. Thinking you're further ahead than what you really are. Despite the 3 cores from boys. Bazinga boys.
Yeah.
Despite the 3 cores being ahead, they're only ahead by about 4,000 total, so.
I mean, yeah, but 4,000 at 15 minutes is pretty significant. That's like a 250 GPM, you know? It's quite a lot. And one of the other problems on this team is they don't have good ways to clear these illusions, you know? There's no, like, Lion that just, like, says, you know, free money.
Really, you're just relying on Sand King to do it. And Sand King will only be able to do it until Naga has this Scotty that she's trying to build right now, which will probably be done here at about 17 minutes or 18 minutes.
You wanna take 18 on that one?
I'll take 18 on this one.
Okay. We'll see how prophetic you are. As this is a bit of a ballsy call or TP, but I forgot that he had. It's the Diet Man's spin TP, you know, against the Axe. It's the same effect. Actually, it's better because Axe can call spin. There's been too much Dota today, Tyra. I'm losing my mind.
Well, by the looks of this game, this will probably be the last round.
Yeah, I mean, they are in dire straits at the moment, and they are certainly going to need, you know, some kind of a big win here. I do like that FrostFire Simps have waited. They farmed up the Blink Dagger and Sand King. It has been revealed, but they haven't tried to push the fights, right? They understand that they're, you know, not in an advantageous position, but they're not trying to abuse that fact.
I also like what Bazinga Boys is doing. They could be trying to force objectives right now, but they're not.
Oh, hold up. Mid, there's an Epicenter Gene channel. It's onto the Pangolier. They're going to be able to bring down DNM. They've got some decent damage onto Marcy. She doesn't have a jump target. Forced back here. Marcy actually is going to dispose, but then a big ol' crit comes out from TA.
Naga needs to be careful. She just saw their whole team there.
Yeah, that is It's not the... You know, it's a nice win, right? It's a little bit of money coming in for FrostFire Simps, but you would have loved to see these epicenters coming out a little bit earlier. You'd love to see Night Stalker kind of get in the range. As Axe whiffs the call, this could actually be a big kill. He has only died once this game, and this is, you know, could be another decent chunk of change coming in as Colonel Squid gets it again, but now Naga finally shows up, leaves through the Ogre Magi, but Journey's still in. It is still nighttime. Marcy falls fast. Zeus ult used, not quite getting a kill, but eventually DNM finds that revenge kill as Colonel Squid blinks out just in the nick of time. Keeper still running, but the chasers are fast. The Rolling Thunder plus Naga, they've got a lot of speed, and you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Keeper the light, now being nailed in by Zeus. Sand King just melts as well, but TA's here, has the Maelstrom of all items to help deal with the illusions, but Coddle not going to be able to get out of here. All said and done, what is that, Tyro, a 4 for 4?
Close. Yeah. Little bit of gold heading the way of Bazinga boys, but not much over that fight. Big thing is Naga showed up to a fight and actually cleared 3 kills there. So she's now almost 3k richer than a Spangolier.
That is a surprising amount of money, and I think you're going to be a little late, or sorry, a little early on the Scotty timing here, but with another 200 gold, we'll have that coming in, and with it, you know, a significant amount of HP. Pretty much just the epicenter, I think, will be enough to, you know, actually chunk through that amount of health. I mean, maybe if you can land some damage in the middle of it, but then you have to start worrying about what are you going to do when her BKB comes out.
I'm curious what she'll go next. Does she... Because you got the TA, right? The TA's not going to dish out much magical damage. You have the Ogre, who's a single target stun. And so really you're only looking at the Coddle and the Sand King for clearing your illusions at all. Is it worth going the BKB? Or you just go the Heart?
I guess the only thing that I'm ever worried about this game is dying off the burst, and yeah, and that's the case. Maybe Heart's the better choice. I mean, maybe honestly even a Pipe. I mean, that feels bunk as hell on a Naga, but you know, if that's all you're gonna die to.
I appreciate that, Licky. That makes me feel much better.
Aghanim Scepter queued up for the Snaga Siren, which makes the Nets Pierce Magic immunity, as Wee is going to get caught in, netted up, and... I don't know who does more damage in some of these fights, but this Pango's burst is ridiculous with Orb of Corrosion plus the Diffusal.
So the Pango is definitely doing more damage than anyone else, and Naga's unkillable. So you have this combo, like right now Naga has 3 ultimate orbs and a point booster. You're not going to get through this health and armor combo. She's got 24 armor, she's got almost 2,500 health. She's invincible.
God, and it's not just that she's invincible, it's just that it feels like everybody else is countered in some way, shape, or form. I mean, Sand King can't go anywhere without getting revealed by the Zeus. Nobody can ever blink because, you know, Zeus is ultimate. I mean, this 4-man smoke gank, if Zeus, well, actually doesn't have the ulti, but, you know, ever wants to use it, I mean, that's a support ulti to figure out a potential gank target.
Right.
And this is such a blind smoke, too. They're running through. They see some people, you know, south in the mid lane.
They're really hoping to find someone, but
only for a
Axe
moment.
and Pango are moving the wrong direction for that. The smoke is almost gone. Pango's starting to walk in the wrong direction. He sees the epicenter. Oh!
Yeah, he just blinks out.
Yep.
Not committing the Rolling Thunder yet, but that is a huge cooldown. 100 seconds where that's the only thing that we can think of, but no blinks now. Ignites on a couple. Trying to run away. Ogre Magi is slowed up. Zeus jumping forward, adding more to it, and the roots are here. 4 staff. Ogre's trying to do anything. Bulljax is giving everything he possibly can to keep this poor Jakiro alive, but it's just not working.
Yeah, you called him Jakiro as well.
That was on purpose.
Yes. It still makes me happy. And giddy. And gleeful.
I guess Macho Man was wrong about who has the best portraits. Oh, if TA dies here.
Oh, TA.
If TA dies here, the stun's there. Marcy might get traded. trap there.
Oh,
Need a little bit
oh.
more, but DNM coming through. Wrecking balls around. Refraction charges are there. Night Stalker gonna activate his ultimate, chasing forward. He's gonna find that Marcy kill. Pangalier's now out of it. And if they could find this kill, it'd be pretty big, but Naga's showing up.
And then Naga shows up.
They're gonna try. The Manta is popped here. Night Stalker taking a decent amount of damage, but Sand King's around. Gonna channel forward onto the Zeus +1. The Axe gets a decent call. The Sand King might get chopped here. There it goes. No more Sandstorm for you. TA still trying to fight, but Naga's at full HP and just able to run. Yep. Another Disposes as Trefix respawned through buyback.
Naga has a DD as well.
Oh, there goes the TA. Here comes the Ogre. May get a triple chop. Not even going to get the option to. And that lead is just getting worse and worse. 7K now for the boys.
Yep. And now they have a long enough death time. TA's gone for 40. Sand King and Ogre are gone for about another 20 seconds. Roach is gone. Objectives are going to start falling. You lose a fight, you're going to lose either Roach or you're going to lose a tower.
Yeah, right now it just feels... I don't know, it just feels so weird that in a couple earlier plays we saw Marcy just YOLO jumping in, promptly dying, like, okay, a bit too over-aggressive. But here she does it, dies more or less for, for free, but then sets up everything else. And it's like, you give the boys an inch and they are taking, a marathon. 20 miles. I don't know.
Sand King does find Zeus solo. Actually, you know what I'd like to see over a heart right now for Naga? Oh, and she just picked it up. How about that? Ag Scepter.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah. So, Sand King's almost finished with his BKB, but that's not going to matter anymore. Because she's going to nut him through it.
I mean, you still, I think, need the BKB from Sand King just to survive through the Rolling Thunder. But there are just too many different problems that FrostFire Simps have not been able to find answers for. I mean, Naga Siren's 3-0-5. Oh, I've showed up to 8 of the 26 of my team's kills. I'm not doing anything. She's farming at a ridiculous rate. 18,000 net worth is 50% higher than everybody else.
Yes. It is crazy how rich she is right now. She just
finding the Ogre mid lane. Might be able to get something here. Needs one more spin for a chop. But in the back line, Sand King's gonna go, finds an epicenter, gets a lot of damage out of Zeus, kills the Marcy, but now Sand King's stuck, gets chopped, and that's not a trade that you're really looking to take.
No.
Ogre / Akiro still ends up dying, as I think it was... I actually don't know how he died. I think it was maybe still damage from Battle Hunger. This is not looking good if you are a FrostFire Simps fan.
Oh no. It takes Cuddle 3 full blasts to deal with the illusions. Just the illusions. And then they come back, because Naga things.
Mm-hmm. Night Stalker has an armlet, and, I mean, you could try to do something. You've got Knight for another 5 minutes. He's in a pretty decent spot. They don't see him, but try fighting into anything without BKB, and the moment you get close, well, Naga's level 20 now, and has 3 points in her ultimate.
He's teleporting out.
That's the last outer tower down in the bottom lane. They take over the outpost as well, and... I mean, just look at the vision. You've got 1 or 2 wards sitting out, but everything else is just on what your waves see. 4 of the 5 members are in the base, and Templar Assassin, barely in the triangle.
And she might... No, they're not going to catch her here. She's hiding. Oh, they're smoked up. They're going to try to find this Naga, maybe?
Oh, hold up. They see TA. They start with the call. They're going to have to dispose in a second. Oh, not even needed. TA pops the BKB, but she's at, 1 HP. She just got to get out. Naga shows up, getting some decent damage in. DNM now finds the Ogre for free. 2 deaths for 2 deaths. I can't believe that TA lived. She was at like a 50 HP.
So Night Stalker actually didn't get to show to that fight because he popped on the Naga. Naga immediately netted and removed half of his health. So he had to sit by and watch his poor team try to take that fight by themselves.
I mean, attrition when you're behind is good, right? If you can continue to trade 2v2, offlane and support for offlane and support. Oh, actually, I forget the Sand King was the middle.
Yeah.
If you can trade core and support for core and support, I think you're very, very happy for
The trick got a
FrostFire
little
Simps.
worse.
You know, it's not obviously fantastic, but, you know, it's much harder to push when you're down 2, you know, and God, DNM just
TA.
melts through. I don't think TA is getting out of here.
Nope.
Even before the Marcy stun, DNM had enough damage. He did the math. He knew. God, and he even has Brigand's Blade.
Naga has a blink dagger. How terrifying is that?
A blink dagger. It was not an item that I was expecting.
No.
But you know what? I think the writing's on the wall. They smell blood in the water, and they want to put an exclamation point on this game. No more of these elongated fights or these 2-2 trade-outs. We're gonna just group up as 5, and we're gonna go kill. Oh, my axe found something. Let me get in there and net them, and so we can, you know, 100% guarantee the kill.
Yep.
Let me blink after I've songed. Let me blink with song, you know. It just gives so much, and when you're this far ahead, it's a luxury. It's kind of like the Midas you were talking about a few games ago, right? I only really like seeing it if they're just super far ahead. And
Yes.
right now, Big Dog is a big dog. Where's Dobbs' dog? I need to hear some woofs, you know?
He's still 50% ahead of TA. That's how ridiculous it is. TA is worth 15,000, Naga worth 22,000.
You know, the hard thing about that is that you have to farm. You can't farm at, you know, the same speed. Your farm has to exponentially increase to keep that same 50% rate.
Yes. And Big Dog RJ has been able to do that, which, like I said, is absolutely terrifying. Right now, TA sitting still on her high ground in middle lane. They're trying to figure out what they can do. Everything feels really, really clustered. Night Stalker's just farming.
I don't even know if they necessarily need to do anything right now.
Sand King's gonna die.
Yeah. You know, whenever you're this far down, you have to make space. Dying super far away from the base, forcing TPs in, forcing Zoot's ultimates. You're buying time, right? That's all you can really ask for. The problem, though, is I think Bazinga boys are willing to play this time game. As, oh, they find the song onto TA and Ogre. They have the nets there as well, and there's no getting out of this one. Trafix is there, but the BKB has already been popped. He's gonna get out, not being able to use the dispose. The man fight is coming forward. Naga Siren actually needing to back off. Ogre Magi is there, has the stun in just a second or two. Big Dog's running, hasn't used too many of it, because she's silenced at the moment. The stun's there. Do they have the follow-up? They need the damage. It's gonna get popped here, but Axe comes in, gets the 3-man stun. Trafix is there, well, saving their carries. TA's chopped down. Buyback comes out from Colonel. He needs more, but Act continues to find 1, 2. He's gonna look for it. A third one, but he's out of mana. Now Trafix trying to get some help in there. The Marcy blast back. And eventually,
the Naga.
FrostFire Squid gets the Naga kill. That, I mean, it's a decent amount of money swing. 3.3k heading over to the Simps, but it's expensive. They had to use, I think, 2 buybacks.
Yep, Sand King and Ogre bought back in that fight. It does that 3.3 does not include the Sand King death or buyback.
Yeah, probably a little bit worse then.
Yep. Still really good. You get the Naga. Naga's gone forever because she's way ahead. But there's still a big question mark for how FrostFire comes back into this game.
I mean, if there was a way in, I think they just kind of found it, right? We're talking about, oh, there's no way to kill all these illusions. Well, just focus down the single Naga. I mean, Templar Assassin was able to man fight somebody 50% more rich. You know, poor Ogre here is gonna, you know, just get caught out, and Huddle will as well. If they're not lucky, oh. I was gonna say, if both of them die but the Night Stalker gets out, then it's okay.
Take an inch and give a mile. That's what that feels like right there.
8 stacks so far, 16 extra armor, and a lot of this damage coming out from FrostFire.
Naga
since
found
his physical.
Sand King. BKB TPs.
Just did not have the vision to get through. But that, you know, Ensnare will stop that from happening. In the future, at least.
Yeah, she used Ensnare a little too early there, but that's fine. Sand King, BKB.
Oh, toss back onto the TA here. Refraction's already kind of getting burned through. Marcy taking a lot of damage. The Unleash really not going to do too much. But now Axa and BKB and taunted up. TA is trying to put in work with BKB himself. Colonel Squid not quite going to be able to get out. The Lotus Orb coming out at the last possible second for DNM. That's the return to sender. But actually, DNM's not over with this yet. He's got a double damage and he wants more. T's in here as well. Remember that Blink Dagger? And now the taunt comes in. Bubbles looking for the chop, getting the chop. For a half second here, everybody dead for FrostFire, Simps, and the base is starting to get broke.
I do believe that this is... The foundation is cracked. Your building is crumbling. You have no way. There's the GG. They see the writing on the wall for what it is. Bazinga boys are going to be your PSGS Invitational champions.
Congratulations are in order. The screen says Buff Buddies, but we know who they really are. Man, what a series. 3-1, but at least we knew that they were not unstoppable. The Simps definitely had an inroad somewhere, but these games were just so hard. The drafts feeling unconquerable, and all of it leads to an impressive victory for the Buddies. Holy crap. I don't know about MVP for this game, but if you look at the series as a whole, DNM, what an absolute Chad. Just ridiculous. 17-2 and 14, farms at 616 GPM, and I'm honestly not surprised that the FrostFire Simps, you know, tapped out. That was... I mean, it was a clinic, but low-key, huge shout-outs over the last several games to Buffix. Honestly, pizza time, whatever you want to call him, this offlane was insane. I don't care what he was playing, who he was playing, he just made things look effortless. But, I mean, I'm sure you can honestly say that about anybody. I mean, we went on and on about Big Dog in 3-1 and 11. Oh, he did nothing, but he farms at almost 800 GPM. And Trafix, okay, maybe a little too aggressive on Trafix's part. Maybe that's true.
Very aggressive on Trafix. I agree. I think that MVP goes to DNM. Not just for the game, but for the series. The guy played like he's one of the best in America, and he is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a Div 1 player will do for you. However, I think with this game finishing, we are going to be taking a break here. When we come back, I think there's been, you know, hints of a potential interview. Not entirely sure who we're going to nab just as of yet, but I know that you will not want to miss it. So, I think this might be the end for me, but I want to just say big thanks for everybody watching both here and on my stream earlier, and just supporting this tournament as a whole. It means so much to be able to bring this to you. So, thanks so much, everybody, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Staged. Welcome to Between Two Roche Pits, our post-game show. I have with me both one of the casters from the last game, Zen. He did a good job of talking.
Thank you.
And I have Jamie from Bazinga Boys, also known as Buff Buddies, also known as Buff Boys, also known as Bazinga Buff. Jamie also did a very good job of talking that game. Jamie, how do you
Thanks,
feel
Staged.
about that series?
Well, good. It went really well. I wasn't expecting it to drop a game, but other than that, it went really well.
Okay. Now, I gotta say, the ringer that you brought in for this series, DNM, has saved my fantasy bracket many, many times when it comes to the DPC fantasy. How many
Nice.
weeks
Glad
have
to
you
hear it.
put DNM for fantasy?
I don't watch any pro Dota. I didn't realize he was on like a pro team until pretty recently.
So you're telling me that you brought in a ringer from a pro team and didn't even know he was on a pro team?
I knew he was like good, and I knew he was playing like at a high level, but I didn't realize it was like a legitimate pro team.
Zen, do you believe him?
Not for a second.
Okay.
Not for a second. I mean, I feel like anybody that's on a pro team, I think the first thing they say is, "Hey, you know I'm on a pro team, right?"
No,
Kind
I
of a
didn't
big deal.
mention it at all.
No,
It
honestly,
didn't come up in conversation.
I honestly just kind of feel like, hey, there's no MMR cap. Okay, cool. I'll come here. I'll play on your team.
So should we expect the next uncapped the tournament that you play in to be bringing Miracle or Kuroki along?
Oh no, DNM's the only one I know.
Okay.
Sorry for docs.
Oh yeah. You know, I talk about pro players like I know their first names. You know, that's just.
You know,
That's just-
actually, I will have another pro player, depending on how long it takes, because RJ will be a professional by then.
That's good to
Oh.
know.
Yeah.
So
that's a-
where are you going now that you've been carried by a pro player and it's kind of hard to go up from there? What's your next plans as far as your professional Dota career, Jamie?
Well, I'll be hitting Immortal by the end of 82L Season 34. That's the plan.
Nice.
All right. You've heard it
So
here.
that's-
We've only got a few weeks left, so
Yeah,
keep an
I
eye on
think that's
Jamie's
coming up.
account
think
and
it's coming up pretty quick.
see how much he pays to get it boosted.
You know, I'm wondering here. Throughout the tournament, you guys kind of cruise through, you know, the first two series, and game 2, you're handed your first loss. Is there a shift in the mentality of like we're having it's a fun group of guys, we're just hanging out, we're just playing some games, and then you lose, and now it's okay. Now we have to get serious.
Not really. I was malding about having to play Wyvern for like the 6th time in 2 days. And after the game ended, he was like, "Hey, so who do you want that's not Wyvern?" And that was basically like the only takeaway we got from the game was that I wasn't gonna play Wyvern and we were gonna win, and then it happened.
And by malding about playing Wyvern, you mean overjoyed because you got to play him more, correct?
No, I was very sick of playing that hero. I don't usually play like the same hero 2 games in a row, much less like 6 times in 2 days.
But you did a really good job on him.
Thank you.
So I've got to ask then, since you're saying you don't usually play heroes very frequently, like in a row, back to back, etc.
Uh-huh.
If Jamie was a Dota hero, what would your kit look like?
I've never thought of that.
So what role would your hero be then? Or would you be one of those weirdos who doesn't really have a good role?
No, I would definitely be a support role if
Okay.
I were a hypothetical Dota character.
You'd probably be one of those that has really the like 2 cosmetics and they're really expensive and no one can find them anymore.
Dang, you think I'm worth that much?
Well, yeah, you win all of these games, you get carried by the good players, so I mean it works out.
Hey, I play mid for our MD2L team. It goes well. We only lost 2 games so far.
Out of how many?
6.
Oh, okay. It's important to
losing
list
1
all
and
the
3.
facts.
It's almost the same ratio as you had here in this Grand Final series, so it works out really well.
Yeah, it did go really well. I mean, I wish it was a little longer. It's a lot of fun playing higher tier Dota. It's like painful going into ranked games after playing like teams like this.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is, the thing that you enjoy the most about playing, a more serious, captain style versus, pub?
I think it's the coordination. Like you have 5 people that are willing to work together. 5 people who are willing to try to at least try to get on the same page. Like you see the map movements are so much different watching a game like this versus pubs where you see like one of the things that blew my mind was this was last night that it happened, but we were playing one of our series and we were pretty far ahead, but we couldn't take high ground. We were just sweeping back and forward, top lane to bottom lane, just farming, getting kills, and that's something I've never seen happen in any of my games, or definitely in any of my pubs.
Yeah, I think the one play that'll stick with me forever is, you guys have this Tusk and Invoker on one lane, and with this dying breath, Tusk, at 10% of life and a snowball is calling for a Sunstrike, and they managed to burst through, a Disruptor from full to zero, and I feel like that perfectly encapsulates, that communication.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to watch. It's nice knowing that if I go in, people are going to go in with me, and it's not like a 50-50.
True.
So, we know that, Jamie, you're the kind of person who really plays for clips, and you're all about, just getting the Twitch clout. So, could you just tell me what the favorite moment that you had in not just this series, but the entire tournament? What was the Jamie moment that you're going to be posting on Twitter for the next 3 weeks?
Probably the CM Aegis snatch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably that one.
Who was that against? I didn't get a
Vapor.
chance to watch the entire thing.
That was Vapor, yeah.
Vapor,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you think that was more hype or less hype than when you were able to blink back and fountain JM on his Huskar?
Well, I was trying to debate him on that for a while. Like I was just walking up next to him, casting spells, trying to get in range, and he wouldn't do it. And then he did it once, and we didn't kill him, and then he did it again. I thought for sure he wouldn't do it again after he dove close to the fountain but didn't get into it, and then he just did it again anyway. I don't know. I always go for Aegis statues. Those always I get hype over Aegis statues. So in my opinion, that one's definitely cooler.
They are pretty dope.
If you had to 1v1 in the Roche Pit one other player from this tournament, who would it be?
Purple Pansy. They played in this tournament, right?
Yeah, he was in it. He was in open quals. I guess that counts. It's not the same tournament on the ticket, but we didn't expect him to make it through anyways.
Jesus, come on, man! You can't do him like that. Oh my god!
Purple Pansy or Rhino, without a doubt.
Good lord, he had a family. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? I think with that, we have time for one last question. Jamie.
You should have Zen ask it so it's not offensive.
Yeah, exactly. If you could take Staged on a date anywhere, where would you go?
Applebee's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bourbon Street Shake with Oreo something.
Applebee's for the victory feast. Jamie and the rest of the Bazinga boys, your grand champions for the PSGS Invitational Summer 2022 tournament. I've been Zen, and on behalf of everybody here on Licky's own stream, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We all really appreciate it. Thank you for turning up and making this tournament something that we will all remember for at least the next 3 weeks while Jamie's posting about it on Twitter. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.